Welcome to Behind the Badge with your special guest, Lieutenant Williams, your news source for all things police in the city of Fond du Lac.
Welcome back into Fond du Lac today on News Talk 1450 and 100.7 KFIZ. We're welcoming in Lieutenant Williams for another edition of Behind the Badge. Good morning, Lieutenant. How's it going today?
Good. I think this is like the lonely edition because I've been bringing so many guests to you, and now I'm all by myself. Officer Clapper, our usual special guest, is off in field training school right now. So, and then we just had our new officers, and I have another new officer to introduce, but it didn't work out scheduling wise. So hopefully next week we can bring you him as well.
Sounds good. Flying solo this morning with Lieutenant Williams. And I know you want to hit on something. Now, you don't work for the fire department, but we're talking fires today.
Yeah. So, Memorial Day weekend. I always want to say Labor Day. Memorial Day weekend. It's like the kickoff. For me, this is big because I'm a big camper. Mm-hmm. So it's the big camping kickoff. So you got to have your plans for Memorial Day weekend. But also, it's usually a lot of time for a lot of group gatherings and stuff like that. And as an officer that worked night shift for a long time, people like to go around and sit around the fire, right? And I just wanted to kind of re-educate people on what the ordinances are. And I actually just went to the old Google machine and printed off the Fond du Lac ordinances. So it's something that you can access yourself on the city's website. So you don't, or you could just watch this or listen to this, mm-hmm. and I can kind of go through them.
So I guess the biggest question of them all, is it legal to have an open flame in the city? Because I know some cities have different rules than others. So in Fond du Lac.
So yeah, it is. It is legal to have them, but there are some certain things that you kind of have to abide by. I'm just going to read part of the recreational fires statute here, or municipal code, I should say. It says no recreational fire may be started or allowed to continue to burn unless such a recreational fire is fully contained within an approved fire pit or outdoor fireplace. So it kind of goes into what that is. If you have an outdoor fire, it has to be in the ground or if you have one of those store-bought ones, then that would be something that would probably be approved. Which so you got to have it contained somehow. That's kind of where that first part goes into it, and then the second part is probably the part where we have to do education the most, and that is the distance. And it says here in parent B, no recreational fire pit shall be closer than 25 feet to any dwelling, building, or combustible material. Now, if you think about that, and you go around the city of Fond du Lac.
Not too many yards that big, right?
Right, yeah. So you look at the common backyard, 25 feet, you're usually hitting a garage or a house by then. So what that means is, a good portion of fire pits that we do come in contact with, unfortunately, would be illegal fire pits. The things you can do, if you are worried about that, you could contact a firefighter and, or a police officer and see if you're good to go, or just get the old measuring tape out and measure the fire. Now you can't have the huge bonfires because obviously if you expand, so if you have a fire pit and let's say you're 27 feet from a structure, but then your fire is all of a sudden 5 feet wide, you got to go by that 5 feet radius there. So what happens a lot is we get a lot of calls on these, and it's usually stemmed first from the noise complaint. So, so if you're having a get together and you have friends, just remember, not everybody has off Memorial Day weekend. Some people got to go to work.
A lot of people still got to work at a radio station, let's say.
Yeah, or police officers, correctional workers. I mean, there's a lot of jobs out there, in the food service industry, grocery stores. People still got to work, so try to be respectful for them. And I get it. You want to relax for the weekend, but expect if you're making noise for people to call that because not everybody has the luxury of being off.
Especially if you're getting later into the evening, right? 11, midnight, 1 a.m. at those hours, you really need to look out for the other people.
Yeah, and it's another statute, but for unnecessary loud noise, and we understand that during the day, people can talk and this and that, but when the limit for unnecessariness kind of goes up when you have that hour of the day, at 2:30. Probably reasonable for people.
Safe to say most people in this city are sleeping, besides the ones at your party.
Sure. Another one that we have is, and I'm not going to go through all this. Like I said, this is all available on the Google machine or on the city website, but is attending the fires too. So what'll happen a lot is that people have their get together. Sometimes they have a couple drinks. I've heard that's been known to happen on Memorial Day weekend. I've heard
Every once in a while.
I read it in a book once, I think. But
you're always too busy working. So
yeah,
it's never you.
yeah, never me. But they then they just kind of leave the fire, and they're like, oh, that's just gonna burn out. And that doesn't really cut it. So you can actually get like cited for unintended fire. So make sure you're putting that fire out before you go to bed. Try not to pass out by the fire.
Yeah, that's the problem.
But just be safe about it, because what happens for these calls is a lot of times they will dispatch the fire department and us, which it seems kind of like overkill, like when you're talking about like a backyard fire, but we don't know the extent of it until we get there. And if you have been watching the news in Fond du Lac lately,
they're already keeping very busy, the fire department is.
Yeah, I mean, they had a substantial fire over on, I think it was Merrill, just this last week. It seems like they've had one good one like about every week and a half. So whatever's going on with the temperature or whatever, it's been very easy for fires to start. So we got to be really cognizant of that, and I think luckily we haven't had any fatal fires yet. I don't believe yet. So I mean, that's good, but let's really be aware of that. And this is a good time to do that since it's Memorial Day weekend. It's great. Everybody wants to get together with their family and loved ones and stuff like that, especially with the couple years we've had. But just be safe about it, because we don't need any other unnecessary loss of life or property.
We got Lieutenant Williams with us this morning on News Talk 1450 and 100.7 KFIZ. This is Behind the Badge. Join us each and every Friday morning. I'm talking about fires right now inside the city of Fond du Lac. If you're making your own, not necessarily those that the fire department have to show up to your house per se. So you talked about 25 feet away from a structure. If the police department is called there, what type of fine or penalty could we see there?
Our first thing, and kind of what I'm doing here, is to just make sure people know about it. I mean, we're reasonable.
Education first.
Yeah, right? We're reasonable people, and if you didn't know about it, you don't know about it. And if you get educated on it, you probably just get a warning. And not all the cases. I mean, but if it's a huge bonfire and it is something substantial, then you could get cited right away. And you're talking about probably a municipal citation, which can run from like $1 to $300 in that range, depending on a lot of things, age of people, and so forth and so forth. But education is our main goal. The fire department, sometimes they will urge us to write a citation because of a blatant violation, or if there's repeated violations.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
So, I mean, the point of the warning is to document that you have been warned and gain knowledge about the ordinance. And then after that, then you're just doing it to be mean.
And is it along the same lines of leaving a fire unattended?
Yes.
Or is that more likely if you leave the fire unattended, you probably have a better chance of being cited?
Yeah, I think you have a better chance of being cited, but like I said, it's very case by case, especially if you just can't get a hold of anyone. I know I've had cases where I've kind of had to find a hose like somewhere and put the fire out because it was that bad. Kind of think outside the box stuff. So, it really is case by case. We're just here for education. We don't want any more fires. We don't want any loss of life or property. So that's the main course of it. We want everybody to have a good time. We just want to do it safely.
100%. Anything else on fires you're wanting to hit on this morning, Lieutenant?
My job has been on fire. No, it's been. So I was gone to DC for the week, and I come back, and we had a couple hiring processes in there. We've had. We still have our orientation. Our new hires are actually doing evac out at the airport. We do that so they can drive a little quicker without having to worry about traffic, and even worry about or figure out how to operate a squad car. And they get to drive the Bearcat today, which is kind of cool.
That's exciting.
They get to drive the armored car. So I've had that going on. And one thing I've never talked about on the show that I do is kind of way off subject, but I always like to kind of do lighter things around the police department. And one thing that's kind of dumb, but I like it a lot. It's caught a little bit of traction. Is every Friday morning, because it's my Friday, I play a song.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna see if you can guess the song I picked. And it's going to take a couple clues because I'm going to start really vague, and let's see. You should have a good general music knowledge, right?
I know country music,
Okay.
and I know country music.
Okay, so this might not go well. But we'll see. I know you know the song, all right? So the first clue is that...
Can I ask you a question first?
Yes.
Is it older than me?
Yes.
Okay.
But it's
then
very
we're in-
popular older than you.
Okay.
And you know what? I'm gonna change it a little bit. I'm gonna make it less older than you.
Okay.
All right. So the first clue is it's the perfect song to kick off Memorial Day weekend. So it's it kind of reminds me of a camping song. And I'm gonna go right to the second clue because I can see where we're at. The second clue, the genre is classic rock.
Classic rock. Okay.
So
Has to do with kicking off summer and classic rock.
Yes. I'm gonna go to a third one. So Kid Rock did a remake
All
of the
Summer
song.
Long?
Yes.
Okay.
Do you know what the original is?
I couldn't tell you who sang it.
Sweet Home Alabama.
Okay.
By
Yeah, that's fair enough.
the famous Leonard Skinner. So that is going to be this morning's this Friday song. This morning is Sweet Home Alabama. But I'm kind of going back. I kind of want to play the Kid Rock one. I think because it's all summer long and we're starting the summer. So I'm thinking we're going to go with Kid Rock. But there's been a lot of debate, a lot of fun things with our Friday songs and stuff. So it's been kind of a good ordeal. I have a very loud speaker, so it basically you can hear it throughout the whole police department.
Awesome. And it's all about having good morale for your Fridays.
Oh, definitely. Oh boy, what was the last? We had some good ones. Some of our favorites. We had like the Lego song, "Everything Is Awesome," and stuff like that. So whatever it is, it usually gets stuck in your head for the rest of the day, which was very unfortunate when we played Hanson's Mbop.
I was gonna say, is it a good or bad thing that it's getting stuck in everybody's head?
Yeah. It really depends on the song. So it's been fun. So
awesome, Lieutenant Williams. Really appreciate the time this morning. Hope you have a great Memorial Day weekend. Should we expect roadblocks throughout the town, upped pressure, trying to slow down drinking and driving this weekend?
Yes, definitely that. And we do have a couple of events. There's the Salute the Troops half marathon that you'll see our officers working diligently at. So it'll be some blockage on that. That's Saturday morning. And then we have the Memorial Day parade. And obviously with the Waukesha incident, we kind of up our security on these parade details now. So you're going to see a police presence, and you're going to see some areas of the city closed off. We also, at the same time as Salute the Troops, have the farmers market going on downtown. Those have been kicked off. I think they started last weekend. Those are staffed by our CSOs too. So, if you see those guys in the light blues, hey, give them all the credit in the world. They don't get paid as much as a normal officer, but they do a lot of the dirty work, and a lot of them want to be future officers. So, say hi to our CSOs. You see them out there.
Awesome, Lieutenant Williams. I hope you have a great weekend. We'll chat next Friday.
Yep, sounds great.
You're listening to News Talk 1450 and 100.7 KFIZ.